It's good to see you guys. Do you like my crown? What do you guys think of my crown?
I think James put it perfectly just before we went live.
Yeah. How was that? What did you say, James?
You are the Burger King.
Welcome
Welcome
to
to
the
the show. Welcome
Yeah.
to Beyond the Summit Day 2. We are here live, ready for some more action today. We have Dan the Burger King, Yanko and Fifi on the couch to start things off. We'll have more people later and hopefully some players later on in the day. But as it's the first game of the day, you are stuck with us and this person right here.
What does that mean?
Well, you're not the usual person, are you? You're
What does that mean?
You somehow managed to become even more weird than usual then.
This is how I am every morning.
I'm not gonna say
I
anything.
can't keep a straight face. There's no way.
It gets worse because he has the shades on, so you can't even see.
I can see through that.
Oh really?
It's probably better if you can't see his eyes, to be honest. Can we have a look at the bracket today? Can we see what's going on, what the current status is here in this glorious tournament of ours?
Love
I
this music.
dig this music. Yeah, they had
The
it on
lounge
during
music,
the last
yeah.
game yesterday as well, and I was like, yeah, I like this.
It's nice. So we've got SK versus Cloud9, Gambit versus Liquid, Envy, OpTic, Godsend, NIP, and there it is again. Boom.
There's some really awesome matchups coming up, to be honest. And just the nature of the tournament. Obviously, the Liquid NIP game was really interesting, and it's just so fun to see Brax. I have to say as well, when we're talking about Cloud9, it's just, and that matchup between SK and Cloud9. I mean, I don't know actually. I could see Cloud9 doing some serious damage there. It could be a pretty fun matchup.
I mean, they were playing well yesterday, so I can definitely see them at least putting up some numbers against SK.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure if they're gonna win, but I don't think it's gonna be like a one-sided game.
They looked a lot more coordinated than I expected. That was the major thing for me. So we'll have to see how that one goes. Of course, as already mentioned, we have obviously OpTic to kick things off and against EnVyUs, and these are the two teams which I think there's a lot of similarities for these two teams insofar as for me, when I watch both of them, it does seem like OpTic, of course, they don't have the IGL really. Like Jason just stepped in, doesn't really have the experience in that role, in that level. So there's a bit of turmoil there and making that work. But at the same time, EnVyUs, they're a team. When I watch them, like there's 5 good players, but I don't see the team here, and that's kind of the problem I see with them.
I mean, after their game yesterday versus SK, I went up and they were actually just the fact that they go back and they rewatch the demo, even on cash, right? Because I feel like their Mirage game yesterday versus SK was quite poor, but I think Fallen said after, I don't even think they play Mirage that much. But I think that the cash one is the one to put focus on, because again, I think that if we come into this series and it's only one veto because it's best of 3, there's a quite possibility that Envy might have yet another map they don't play, right? I don't think they play Inferno that well. I don't think they play Mirage that well. So it's definitely an opening here for OpTic to possibly go for a pick. Where's that? Is that the
Just
veto?
a piece of paper from yesterday. I thought Dan might want to have it. It'd be cool if we could get today's vetoes as well. That would be awesome to see.
That's your
once
piece
they're
of paper.
done.
We got time, James.
We've got time. Oh, we've got half an hour, haven't we?
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah. Sorry,
We got
I'm
plenty of time.
I'm used to welcome to the show. Match starts in 10 minutes. Let's go. Because that's how we normally
Gives me a
do it.
chance to wake up.
Yeah,
Gives people a chance to enjoy themselves in this image of the Burger King.
Yeah, can we do like a super quick break so Dan can?
Your shots are 2 shots.
Well, he's
I
back in
wanted to make
shorts.
a joke about Alex's sleeves yesterday because he had really short sleeves, but I forgot.
So I don't know if we mentioned
Doesn't
this.
count now, Dan.
Yeah, I know. I need to get that out there.
I don't know if we mentioned this, but one time when Dan and I were going to Atlanta for E-League, the flight back is from Atlanta is quite expensive. So I figured out that it's cheaper for Turner to fly us back from Bahamas than it is from Atlanta. So we went one way to Bahamas, had a kind of cheap holiday, and then flew back home. And Dan was out with his shorts, and we had a guy from the Bahamas. Was he driving past? And he put his head out the window and said, "Your shots are 2 shots."
I think it was actually walking past. Yeah.
Okay, we had 2 incidents. Yeah, so
Yeah.
he was walking past and said, "Your shots are 2 shots."
The driving one was scarier because it was actually the guy who's like we like walking with some girl, and do you remember that one? Yeah.
Oh yeah, we commandeered a girl from Tennessee, and we were walking down the street with her, and
Yeah.
he drove past and said, "Give us your girl."
Yeah, that's like
That was the other one. Yeah, but when he said your shots are too short, I thought we were going to get shot.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Dan.
Dan, of course, back in shorts.
yeah.
Yeah, the
And
infamous shorts.
You
I
can
mean,
see
we
if you
did-
look at the stream, there is a small gap in James's shorts, but there's nothing in Dan's shorts. Like nothing.
we
James
have a
tried to
pen?
fit a pen.
We need a pen to try and to see if we can fit a pen in Dan's shorts, because there's no space here, man. There's nothing going on. And he's like, these are fitted shorts. Like, where do you get fitted shorts? These are like, you know.
Where are your
there's-
quads at, man?
like,
Get some
just
quads. Get some quads.
What are you talking
Get some
about?
hamstrings.
I've got rugby legs, man.
What are you
I have to
talking
get
about? What are you
I have to
talking
wear
about?
Levi 542. I have to get athletic fit because my
You are the opposite of athletic, mate.
my thighs are pounding heat, man. And I've still got I don't know what I mean.
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means. Maybe packing
Is
heat.
it
is what I
because
meant.
of this lounge music? It's like it's porno time. That's
I
what's
could
going on.
definitely see you as some, in a porno.
Is this? Are you,
I mean,
is
that's
this, Are you saying this is you bang to this music then? This is how
I
you
mean,
get down.
I think it could work.
No. Well, maybe. I don't know. I mean,
I
it
think it
depends.
could
Maybe for
work.
you that.
Depends on what you're doing in the bedroom, I suppose.
It's like 9 a.m. You know.
You started it. You were the one who mentioned porn.
Well, you know. Put some lounge music on.
Where's
I'm
the
gonna-
pen? We need
gonna
a
start
pen,
thinking
guys.
about porn.
Production, can you give us a pen? We need a pen. Someone must have a pen in this
This
house.
can't be a routine thing that you do. You've done this once. Do you have to do it again? In fact,
So
you use this.
we need
in
a
multiple
poll. We need a
shows.
poll.
There we go.
We need a
We're
poll.
getting a pen.
Thank you very much. First, we need a poll, right? We need a user vote. Will this pen fit in the side of Dan's shorts? we need a yes or no, and then we'll find out if people are correct or not. So, judging by the thickness, how thick would you say this pen is, Dan?
I don't know, mate. I'm not in the habit
Like
of
half of
measuring
what
the,
he's used to.
the girth of pens.
I mean, we tried a
It's
thinner
not
one
very
last
girthy,
time.
though, to be honest.
Okay, so there you go. There's a vote. So we're gonna get a poll and see if we can fit, because this fits in my shorts, no problem. But there's no clear way into.
I mean, if I stand up, there's plenty of space. So when I sit
But
down,
you're not
it's
standing
this
up.
side. Well, yeah, I'm sat down. That's a good
So it's James,
observation.
and he can fit a
Yeah.
pen in his short.
I could probably fit more than one. Could probably
This,
fit a
this
package
is
of
European.
pens.
This is European style. It's European.
James is European as well.
Is-
Well, I don't
is
know
he
where are you getting at?
Is it? Wow.
is
okay.
This is
I heard that.
Really
Okay.
rough.
It is rough indeed. Do we have a schedule page of our matches today?
Yeah, let's talk about some
There we go.
Counter-Strike.
There we go.
Oh my
okay.
God.
Show the pen.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Alright.
You got
There's
some.
I got
Okay.
there's some faith in the audience.
It's going up and down a little bit. Oh no, it's going down and up again. Okay.
So they don't believe you, James.
Ooh, there's a fight going on. It's just going between 51 and 57%. Come on, guys. Come on. Smash.gg/vote. Will this pen fit in Dan's shorts?
There we go. It's just. Oh no.
Man, we'll have to give this like 1 or 2 minutes. What do you think, Yanko?
Well, the thing is, when you look at like Dan's shorts, the structure of the shorts is really like condensed to an extent, and he really doesn't skip leg day in the gym either. So those two things combined really show you that there is no way that that pen can fit into those shorts.
Robin, where do you stand
So
on this
I
matter?
predict the pen wins.
There we go. In the negative. Oh, it's so close.
I feel. Well, are you gonna force it, or are you just like?
I'm not going to force it, no.
Okay.
no, no.
Alright.
He's gonna
No.
ease his way in.
Are you gonna
James
try and
smooth
open
as
it
butter.
first before you stick it in, or are you just gonna like touch his leg a little bit, graze the thigh?
Just going to,
Slide it
apply some slight pressure
Uh huh.
and then get it in there. Oh, summit.gg. Okay. There we go.
Yeah,
The
we're
first
not
one said
Smash.
Smash.gg.
We're not Smash.
Yeah, but they
That's
corrected
true.
it
Don't
now.
believe
so
his lies.
summit.gg/vote. We'll give it an extra minute or two. Will this pen fit in the shorts of the Burger King? That is what we're here to find out.
I feel like we're onto something here. You know, you're a attractive man, walks into Burger King
In tight
and,
shorts.
and you buy a burger, and then you come back and you say, "Hey, there's something wrong with my burger," and then this music starts, and then
Dan's at home
I've seen
with
some
an
bad-
on TV and he
I've
starts
seen
throwing
some
down
bad
with his girl.
porn intros,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that
yeah.
has to be up there.
I think we have a winner here.
Let me inspect your burger.
Yeah.
Have you heard that Have you heard that song? There's a song by the Grand Pooh Bars. I think it's called "We Can Make Sandwiches," and it's a love song. And he's like, "You can be the bun, I can be the burger girl. It's really weird.
No,
I think it's the Detroit Grand Poo Bars. It's a super weird song, worth checking out.
I think I've heard it actually.
Oh,
I think you've played.
There
that.
we go.
Okay.
Okay.
No, we have a no vote at 55%. All right.
Okay.
Who wants to do?
No, I
you
think
will.
that you should
Alright.
definitely do it.
This is happening again.
Okay.
not
this is
even
the last time. This is
not
the
even
last
the
time.
first
This is
time.
the last time. All right. Okay.
Close up.
No. It has to be on
Okay.
the inner thigh.
Inner
James.
thigh.
The inner thigh.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Dan
this
will get
is-
excited though.
Yeah. Oh, it's so essential, Dan.
Look at it. It's complete resistance. It's just not happening. See, the thread is going back, but it's not happening there, guys. Look, it's not going down. I'm not rescuing the pen. Pen's just there now. Didn't happen, guys. You voted and you were correct. If you voted yes, I don't know what is wrong with you because there's clearly no gaps.
And if you see Dan at a LAN tournament, just bug him for a burger. He has to deliver. He is the Burger King.
That's right.
This may or may not be true.
Well, you have the robe and the crown.
That is true.
Is that real?
I don't want to promise people stuff I can't deliver, Yanko. That's my problem.
Well, not
Why
until
don't
you
you
have
sta-
2
why-
beers
why don't
then.
you tell
Then
us
you'll
the-
promise anything.
Yeah. How does this happen? Like that. Tell us the
Well,
story.
how did this happen? Well, I lost a bet. The bet was to myself that I wouldn't say drunk stuff. Well, say stuff when I was drunk, stupid stuff when I'm drunk, and then have to deliver on it in the next day when I'm sober. I lost because here I am.
It's incredible how many times a man can lose the same bet.
I know. The funny thing is that people might. I don't want to confuse this because people might, if you have seen that watermelon video, they might consider that as a similar situation. That was just.
That was willingly.
That was just that happened of its own accord. You just sometimes you just get in that moment. Just how things happen
Just want to get
with
naughty with the
watermelon
watermelon.
discs. Yeah.
If you guys heard yesterday, you heard a loud shout of someone winning something.
Oh yeah,
It
that
Dan.
was yeah.
It was Dan winning a rock paper scissors.
It's funny actually
game.
because yeah,
So sad. It's
Yeah.
one of the saddest things I've ever experienced.
because there was a shot. There was
a
a shot
grown
bet
man
basically.
being ecstatic about winning in rock paper scissors.
So basically, I got pulled into a shot bet, and of which I lost that, and then so I was trying to figure out a way to get back at this person, and so I was like asking her friends what are her weaknesses to try to figure it out. In fact, I couldn't figure it out, so I just challenged her to rock paper scissors, 2-0.
Like the good old days.
2-0. I won. It was good. Yeah, I'm pretty good at rock paper scissors.
Shop bet. When did this happen? Yesterday?
What?
On air?
No, we didn't do this on air.
Were you drunk yesterday?
Last night after the broadcast.
Okay,
Yes.
After.
After the broadcast.
Mm.
Yes.
As soon
I
as the
actually
broadcast
tried to leave. I
finished.
tried to leave, but then people were giving me bits. So, I can't leave with an open bit. That's rude.
That's fair. That's fair.
And here you are now.
And no is a word that's not
And
in
here I
Dan's
am.
dictionary. Doesn't know about that one.
That's the
No,
rule of
thank you.
improv.
No,
Right.
I'll pass. No,
It's
I'm
not
good.
fight or flight. It's yes or flight.
I just like to please everybody.
You're a
Yeah.
pleaser.
Okay. Okay.
All right, Dan.
Please, King.
It's great.
What is that noise?
It's an alarm.
Oh, okay.
I think that's. Wait, is it time? Oh, in 1 minute. Maybe that's the alarm.
Okay, so
We're
we have
doing this cool
we
thing.
have a best of 500 match which is going on today. Who's it involving, guys?
Swag and
Lacro.
Lacro.
Is
Or
Swag even
Goblin.
Swag anymore? Or is he just Brax?
It's
now?
Brax. I think I can understand why. It's a name that he picked when he was like 9.
I like it though.
No, probably not 9, but I don't know how old he is now. But he probably picked it when he was very young, and then now it just sounds stupid.
Yeah, we all did that.
Brax makes more sense.
Yeah, but I think if you're like if you have a nickname in a game, then as long as it's not like really bad, then if you just deliver in the game, then it doesn't matter what your name is, and you can make it work.
I
I
think-
thought it was fine.
I mean, some
But,
of the
I mean-
most iconic players have ridiculous nicknames. For example, Forest.
Yeah.
That's Forest. It's nothing. It's a bunch of trees.
Yeah, we were talking before about the 1.6 player Tentpole. It's like his name is Tentpole.
Tentpole.
I would have loved to see the
Divisive.
scoreline here.
Oh, Scissor kicks off then. I guess it has.
And each frag is worth $1, by the way, guys. So they are playing for monies.
For Mondays.
This is why we must do this, James.
Yeah, as soon as Dan heard it was money, he was like, "Can we do this, James?"
James, we must play immediately.
The problem with playing Brax is that Brax is going to shoot you in the head a lot. Although Lecro was, I mean, he was beast.
That tends to be a
that-
problem.
Look at it, look, it's 30 seconds in and he's feeling the frustration already.
Yeah, that 1 versus 5 he had yesterday with the Deagle was insane. Did you guys see that?
Yeah. That was unreal.
Yeah, that was something crazy.
But that's kind of why people know Lecro. I think it was you, Yankers, that said you weren't too excited by the Lecro hype. I think maybe it was you, and I think a lot of it is because he tends to stand out because he tends to be on underdog teams and he tends to do crazy stuff like that, and it's flashy and you'll remember that. Like you won't ever forget that ace that he did there.
Yeah, but what do you remember from that game from him besides the 1v5?
No, exactly. Yeah, that's
That's
the
all
thing.
you
Yeah.
need.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for YouTube, but but that comes down to the team as well. As you said, underdog teams. I'm curious to see where Godsend, where they can go. What their ceiling is.
Home.
I don't.
Yeah, I mean they're playing NIP today, and the way that they were playing yesterday, I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, NIP
It is a
didn't
domestic
necessarily-
matchup, though.
Yeah, sure, but I feel like that applies more to when NIP plays Fnatic rather than Godsend. I'm not saying that Godsend is a bad team by any mean, but I think that the skill difference is probably not there.
They're not
Or it's probably there
established
too
as a
much.
team as well, I would say, because of just all the turbulence they've had in their roster.
Yeah. I mean, they basically switched back to the old roster, right, before the Fnatic switch up.
Yeah.
But
Instead of
Doppelman was on
Disco- yeah,
Epsilon, though,
Instead of
wasn't
Doppelman.
he? Yeah.
Who did he replace after all this happened? Who was on the team before?
Pow.
Pau, that's right.
So where's Palf now then?
I don't know.
No one cares.
Chilling.
In the wind.
Except for Reinders.
We need like a page of players who are in the wind. Like
What about
Pitt is in the wind at the moment.
What about
Pico's in the
Spitfire?
wind.
Goes in the wind.
What about Spitfire?
Spitfire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
there's
It's
right.
been in the wind for a very long.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
Yeah.
players in the wind. Okay, today's our schedule today. So OpTic, Envy, Godsend, NIP, SK Cloud9, and Gambit Liquid.
So the first lower bracket games, or the first two, the 2 lower bracket games first. Jesus, I need more coffee.
Irish coffee.
So who do you guys
something.
fancy for between OpTic and Envy then? Two teams with their own issues.
I think this one comes down a lot to the maps, but if I had the choice, to make a choice, sorry, if I had to make a choice, then I'd probably lean towards. There goes the crown. I'd probably lean towards EnVyUs actually, but it's really hard. I think this is probably it could be the most unpredictable game that we have.
I think it's also gonna. Well, yesterday when OpTic was playing SK and also when Cloud9 was playing Cloud9 was playing OpTic and it was playing SK, they were both they weren't playing that well. Not at all. And I think that this skill difference will be a lot less today, because I think these two teams have been struggling, both of them, right? So I actually think this might be a little bit even.
Yes. This will be pretty.
Someone has to carry this. Once I throw to a commercial, I'm getting another coffee.
No, I feel like for this, like two teams, EnVyUs obviously with all the changes they were forced to make, OpTic as well, both teams have a lot of work ahead of themselves. You do feel that in a LAN environment, you kind of give the advantage slightly to Envy, simply because, Happy has been in-game leading that team for a very, very long time. Sure, now he has new players, so he kind of has to introduce them to the system, even though it's obvious that he's changed his style of calling also slightly. And for OpTic, I think it's really, really obvious how big of a part of that team Stanislav was, and that he was maybe even now when you look at it the main reason for their success, because you have the core of 4 players are still there and they're nowhere near the results or the level of play that they've displayed towards the end of 2016. They also had a player on trial who's their in-game leader who's never played Tier 1 Counter-Strike. So I think that's their
Or
biggest...
in-game leaders.
Nor in-game leader. So
Well, didn't someone say he in-game leader once or something?
Well, we interviewed him
Oh,
last
no,
week.
he said
Definitely
in rank
relevant.
gas. In rank gas.
Ooh,
or
that's,
FPL.
Oh, okay.
that's
That's right.
some...
He's been in-game leading there.
That's some money right there. I've been in-game
nice.
leading in rank S. I've been through hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So look, we have the OpTic Gaming there, the poster, pretty nice. I think that's from the old American classic Sandlot. Have you guys seen this classic old
No, so
American
I
movie
think
from
this is
1993?
I think they picked like the wrong desk for like the.
Yeah.
We've never seen this.
Yeah,
I don't know
What
what
film
this
is it called?
I have
What's it called?
totally seen this.
Sandlot? It's like a
Sandlot.
baseball game for
It's like a coming of age
baseball movie.
I don't
story.
watch baseball.
Have you ever seen
Is
Little
this Matrix?
Giants?
This is Matrix.
That's Matrix, yeah.
Scream is Neo.
Yeah.
Who would you like?
X-Men looks like
no, wait.
Fallen with glasses on.
If Scream is Neo, who is Trinity?
Happy.
Happy?
Yeah, look at his hair.
RPK is
It's gonna be
Morpheus.
ages.
Yeah.
Morpheus, I think so.
Morpheus.
X-Men looks like Fallen in
I mean,
the
who's gonna
background
be the agent?
That's
Whoever,
Agent Smith. Yeah, he's.
whoever it was, 0 and 7. Oh, it was
there.
actually
Existence.
RPK.
Put Existence as Agent Smith.
Existence. Not on the team, of course, but still we can put him there. Agent Smith.
Well, he's the enemy, isn't he? So
Well, who's the last one
what in the?
in the movie? Because in the movie poster there's 5 as well, right?
Yeah.
In the
who's-
actual one.
Is it Cypher? Was it Cypher?
Sure.
mm,
I kind of want to see like both of them to compare,
Mm.
because obviously they have to do the same pose.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have to like, this is how the real poster is made. We want you to stand the same.
I wanted to go to a baseball game in Atlanta.
I've been there once. It's very slow.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Is it like cricket? Because I can't stand.
Granted, my
Okay.
game finished 1-0.
1-0.
Yeah, and it went to overtime.
Holy.
Yeah. It was
1-0.
It took 4 hours.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. And I
Oh
was,
my
And
god.
the sun was on my right side, and I was this was just my view. So when I came back, my whole right side was just burnt to a crisp.
4 hours.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
sounds
man.
like a great experience.
No, I mean, as long as you know like the basics, at least you can get into it a little bit.
But you got to drink, right?
Oh yeah.
It's part of the baseball
Oh yeah.
thing.
It's definitely part and
It's part of a baseball thing.
eat hot dogs. That's the American way.
Mm. Yeah, I think it was a good call not to go to the baseball. Then.
But if you've
4
never been,
hours.
I think that you should. Same with an American football game, right? Like you have to go kind of.
Football seems way more fun though. to
That's
spectate.
really stoppy starty though as well, isn't it?
Mhm. Well, if you go to talk about this yesterday, if you go to college football,
We got maps, guys. We got maps.
Ooh. Okay.
So OpTic picked Mirage, and we again go for a probably vetoed overpass again. So yeah,
I mean, Envy was not looking great on Mirage yesterday, and I feel like OpTic's issue on Mirage yesterday was also on their T side. It was extremely weak versus SK. They ended up getting, oh no, sorry, versus
Cloud9,
Cloud9.
yeah.
What, 2 rounds, 3 rounds?
yeah, something like that. Very poor. But you also feel like Mirage is not their map either. It's like,
Do you
know,
think that OpTic picked Mirage?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can you faintly see their logo.
Oh,
in there.
Jesus.
and we picked Train.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Envy
see.
picked
Okay,
Train.
actually, at least I see.
So,
Envy
so you
with
think OpTic are playing to their
Yeah.
opponent's weaknesses rather than their own strengths?
Yeah, absolutely. Because OpTic's maps are pretty much, you know, cobblestone, overpass, train to an extent. What else is there? Cache, another map that they play. But I don't really think Mirage is there. I think it's probably their go-to veto after what? Maybe Inferno nowadays. Probably don't play
So they're
Inferno.
taking a gamble. But I suppose with a new in-game leader, maybe their old strengths are no longer.
Maybe after that loss yesterday against Cloud9, they figured out some clear flaws that they've had in their game. They think that maybe that's easy to fix and that they might have a much stronger performance. Also, it might be a sort of a curveball towards Envy. Maybe Envy vetoed overpass again, not seeing OpTic's performance yesterday versus Cloud9 on Mirage. Maybe they thought there's no way they're gonna pick Mirage after they sucked so hard yesterday. So
I mean, the biggest issue that I saw for that OpTic game was their mid control take.
Yeah.
It was really bad, like extremely poor. They had one smoke up mid, no molly, no smoke back in window, and they just let Cloud9 do it whatever they wanted. A lot of pushes from catwalk, Brax with the op in the window room. It's just, I don't know. It wasn't looking that great. They do have some executes though, which you saw in the beginning of that half, which didn't really work out. But at least that's something they can go back to and rely to.
Yeah.
I think we might see the same approach here. Maybe go for set executes in the beginning of the half. It doesn't work out, then go for like the regular default.
Yeah, actually, I mean, I'm quite surprised by this as well, just due to the fact that I mean, I can kind of see it from one perspective. It did feel like they have been preparing stuff on this map. I mean, because we could see that they had the structure to the rounds, but everything nothing was really polished. That was kind of the problem. And I kind of overheard them just a little bit when I walked outside after that match, and they were talking about it. And it seemed like the way they were talking about it is though, you know, if we fix this small thing here, this small thing here, you know, we would have been onto some round wins. You know, to them it was more about those small things, whereas I think from our perspective, we could see, because we can see the bigger picture more easily. I think we could see a lot more issues with their game that they maybe don't see those. I think that's maybe why they picked this.
I think when you refer, what they refer to the small things, I think that was the afterplant on A, because a lot of teams play a retake now, and they actually got the bomb side every single time. Got the bomb down, 5-on-5 situation one time, and they just ended up losing, right? So I think if they go back and look into there, see what they can do, you need to start pushing seed spawn, you need to start pushing jungle, maybe even connector, like have some more control, and then I think that you can easily convert those rounds that you ended up losing to round wins.
So we're going to look at what's going on in the 1v1 at the moment.
Who's winning?
These guys are still going hard.
You sat there yesterday, James.
Yeah, I was. And that was fun. I was playing some matchmaking.
How did it go?
Well,
Yeah,
sorry,
James,
how about this?
I was in
Yeah.
two minds. It wasn't fantastic. My PC died 3 times. Oh,
Rip. Rip. IP shown. Rip.
Oh wow, it's
76.
tight. It's tight.
Wow.
there we go.
That's
Nice
close.
little overlay.
Yeah,
It's
well,
nice.
this server's gonna go down. Goodbye.
Yeah.
They are actually going to play until someone gets 500 kills.
No, 251.
251.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Unless it gets 250 to 250.
It's a best of 500 as opposed to
Yeah.
first two. Yeah, it should be best of 501. Isn't that the darts score?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think I was just bringing too much fire to the table, and my PC rebooted 3 times while I was playing.
Since you have been playing matchmaking in both regions now, James, what do you think?
I think that even the language barrier isn't here in North America. The skill level is higher in Europe. Like, there's just, you know, at all levels of matchmaking, people just make so many humongous mistakes and don't really, you know, there's no team play. But the general level is higher in Europe than it is in North America, but they're both still low as far as matchmaking is concerned. You know?
I was amazed to how much people can flame before the game even starts.
Yeah.
It's great, isn't it?
For no reason
No,
whatsoever.
it's great.
Like nothing's happening yet. You're
No,
just
well, you're
calling
shit
everyone
in
out.
warm up, so don't worry about it. That's reasoning.
Yeah, we had
great.
a guy on the other team who was just like cussing, not even at anyone in particular, just cussing the entire game. The entire game. It's like no one's engaging with this guy. He's just typing to himself. But you know, he was committed to his cause, so I respect that. But yeah, I'd say the same level in Europe is a little better than it is
I like that.
in
stole
North
it.
America.
He took it.
You saw a
The
crown.
one-tap king.
Was
You
it
saw
RPK?
What's that?
Was it RPK?
No, it was the one-tap king.
Ah.
Saw the crown. He took the crown.
Maybe deserves it after that one bullet in the clip shot from yesterday. Pretty good.
That's awesome.
Tell us something, Dan.
Like what? What do you want me to tell you
I don't know, something. What's your experience been?
of this event?
No.
No, just in life.
In
Tell us your life story.
We went through your childhood yesterday. It was,
I know,
it was pretty dark.
Yeah.
So
You don't
Oh
wanna go
yeah,
there.
you said you were abandoned. What's up
Yeah.
with that?
You-
Yeah, you haven't explained that.
You don't want to go there. I don't need to explain
Well, you
that.
went there. You went there.
yeah, you
You
started.
can't just
You
say
said
I was
that.
abandoned in a foreign country and then leave
when
it
you were
there.
at the age of 3.
Yeah, 4.
Oh, did you?
I was already a man.
You have to. I have to save this stuff for that, like that. You know, one big interview that someone's gonna do, or like the equivalent of like Parkinson.
A biography,
Do you
kind
go-
of,
Do we
like
have that in esports?
DDK.
That would be a police officer.
Is it Richard Lewis? Is he the closest one?
That's going to
A
be
police officer.
It's going to be next to the jail by a man with a shiny badge.
Where's the crown at?
What,
Is
he
he
threw it out.
He disposed of the crown already.
Oh, it's right over there. Damn. Damn. So
So you tried his mouse out. I actually used
I used the
Fun
old
mouse
one
as well.
actually. I
But
used the old one.
The thing is though, because they had the 2015 edition one, and that's what I was using. But like the newer one is that they've been working on for ages. I don't know that anything's happened with it.
Wait. So is it the old one that's out?
I think he had the whole old one. I think.
Oh, okay.
I think.
I mean the first final mouse edition they had, which without like the Scream edition, I tried that out. It's actually not a bad mouse.
Yeah, it's a really nice mouse.
It's very light, which I like.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And then I had one evening where I was playing a game, probably probably something that I raged at, and it broke.
All right, so talking about like we're talking about screen right, we're talking about gear. What is the best your best way for you to like improve your mechanical skill then? You know, like what routines do you do? Like how do you keep yourself sharp, improve your mechanics?
Play video games.
You just play?
Yeah.
You sit down and you just play.
I mean, some certain players they surf a lot. They used to be very in to get like that groove in. If you have low sense though, it's impossible to surf.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
impossible, and then you have to increase it, and that just doesn't make any sense. But if you're like a semi-high sense user, then
Yeah.
it works.
Actually, about surfing, because people might. I only like really realized this recently when I started doing some like trick jumping maps as well, and I noticed this effect. It's actually a really good way to practice your tracking aim, because some people might just think, oh, it's just some fun and just surfing. But actually, like, because you have to do these very smooth, consistent turn rates, and it's like tracking. Tracking aim. And so when you're playing, you know, against bots, maybe you're like, you know, you're doing like aim bots, you know, ellipticals aim bots or something like that, or maybe you're doing deathmatch. It's much harder to just like get this consistent, just warming up that tracking aim like you can in like surf or something. So I think that's actually like a lot of value to that actually, in as far as the aim warm up goes. To be honest.
I think if you want to improve mechanical skill, it depends which aspect of your game you want to improve. Like movement is a big part, so KZ maps can help you out with that. Like your bunny hopping, also you need to. I think something that a lot of like semi-pro players, up-and-coming players ignore is movement in terms of peaking. How do you peak? Do you shoulder peak properly? Do you know, peak to like go all the way up to the wall and then just peak using A or D, or are you pressing like moving forward and sideways at the same time, because that will make you, you know, that will give the opponent more time to adjust his crosshair if you're picking him like that, because you're like moving slower, not like as sharp of a move, so that you kind of have to flick, or that your crosshair placement is wrecked. That can really make it easy for someone to kill. You know, if I'm holding an angle and you just peek me like wide straight away, you're gonna die. I mean, it's really not that difficult. Just put the crosshair on and that's it. But if you shoulder peek someone and he needs to, then maybe you force him to fire and then you wide peek him and kill him. Like, that's obviously a big difference. And it has nothing to do with your aim, only with your movement. Like for aim, when you play deathmatch, I feel like people should always try to practice certain thing. Like, okay, now I'm gonna play with the AK and just try to one-tap people no matter the distance, right? Try to focus on your tapping, then try spraying. No matter what, you're gonna spray. It's like from A long towards pit, just spray, you don't care. Same with the op, try to just sometimes like quick scope, sometimes you just are gonna stand still and hold a line, no matter if like someone kills you in the back. Stuff like that I think can be very beneficial. I think a lot of players just go into deathmatch and just run around and shoot, which is still, to an extent, you like muscle memory and all of that is, you help that, but it can be way more productive.
Yeah, I've always loved like supplementing the training like that. I think it's like, I mean, it's what you see, you know, all athletes do. For example, like a sprinter doesn't just sprint to get better at sprinting. You know, he's going to go into the gym and do certain types of resistance training and so on and so forth, like work on specific aspects. He's going to work on, you know, he's going to break it down to, okay, I got to make my breathing better. How do I do that? And there's like loads of different ways to achieve that. So it's like that's a great approach. I actually always like, I actually like playing with a deagle sometimes, just to actually really like lock my focus on actually being accurate, like getting first bullet accuracy, because that's like one thing with the deagle. Like if you're taking the first shot, it really, like, you don't get the headshot unless you have like, you know, you're bang on the head basically. So it really encourages you to like take your time with shots, or at least I found that with myself. But that's like where the game's actually started. Awesome. All right, so EnVyUs and OpTic.
Take it away, Burger King.
EnVyUs versus OpTic. CT side here for EnVyUs. I actually feel like I feel like this could work out really well for.
How many times has Happy done this? Like for the pistol round, just have someone bait for him. He's gonna get 3 kills.
Oh no!
Or no?
Oh, denied. That's embarrassing.
Get banged.
Lurking seems harder these days.
Yeah, I feel like actually that pistol round, or that setup actually on B side, even in gun rounds, is pretty powerful. To have someone aggressive towards the apartments and then have the other player just hiding on balcony, he can get a lot of kills. The problem is, in those situations, I've talked about this before, if you're gonna be the player, like, if you're gonna be in happiest position, why not buy a 5.7 or a P250 or a CZ, something that has a higher rate of fire, close range, and maybe better armor penetration than a USP? Because sure, USP gives you the surprise effect with the silencer, but if you miss your first shot, or probably even if you just miss your first shot, people are gonna react and you're gonna die. You know, if you tag someone but you don't headshot them, they're just gonna turn and kill you straight away with the Glocks.
I'd love the armor pen too, just like considering the armor pen is really nice.
I mean, whenever I was in that situation, I would always pick up like a 5.7 and an 8 or a smoke instead of just playing with the USP. That can also be preference. I don't know.
Right, so Scream. Oh, surely he's going to win this.
He definitely.
Surely he's going to win this. All of 6 HP for Nafly, and the bomb is in front of Scream as well. Nafly needs that smoke to work for him. Oh, the reload!
The timing.
He must know his tags. Oh, just one bullet. Oh, Scream, what's going on? He's got an AK now as well. There we go.
I see why he put the crown down. I see now.
It's too early for him.
Yeah, that's not the Scream that you know and love.
I'm not really sure who's the other player besides Nap, but I'm not really sure why he was watching like jungle or stairs. Even if, you know, the Scream was there, because they have the bomb in the site. The guy can plant safe, and Naf can plant safe, and the other player can just hold CT for him. This way, you were for some reason looking towards stairs, maybe because you thought he was there, and then you just died from a blind angle. You know. Point being, there was no reason to cover jungle or stairs because you could plant safe from that side. You should just cover CT for your teammate.
Alright, so smoke execute from OpTic, looking for the close quarters and a plant. Not a good start though. Scream opening things up. Seems he's warmed up this time. Oh, Scream, please.
That was a buy, by the way, for OpTic. It wasn't an eco round. And they just got shredded by Scream. Yeah, definitely didn't look like one.
Yeah, just needs 2 rounds to warm up the Scream. Then he's good to go. Good start from EnVy, all things considered, on Mirage.
Yep.
Yeah, it's quite. Honestly, this could get really scary again because OpTic are going to be in a similar position. They're not careful as they were against Cloud9. But Cloud9 had like this amazing start on the CT side. They got all the economy going, and then OpTic, they're like, okay, we're going to go for that mid take. And in one of those rounds against Cloud9, it's like, oh, Brax just got just a 2k immediately on mid, and then that just kind of blows up that chance for them to even start working mid. And we already saw that the mid takes weren't amazing. So, and if EnVyUs have been, I mean, they've had time to check out the games, and surely they would have looked at Mirage against Cloud9, and they would have looked to see what OpTic wanted to do and so on. So you have to feel like EnVyUs are in such an amazing position right now in that sense.
Yeah, I mean, look at economy as well, right? OpTic last round just bought 1 smoke and some P250s, trying to get the bomb down. I don't know where that smoke actually landed. I never saw it.
I have no idea.
I'm not sure either. From OpTic. I don't know where it actually landed. I think it landed on both sides. We're just trying to plant the bomb within the smoke, but
I missed it entirely.
it just ended up going down quite fast. First weapon round though.
Yeah, and we
Or
can
in
see they're
terms
going
of
for that.
full AK.
Ah. I thought they were going for the mid take, but they're actually going back.
Ooh. Alright. Could have been worse.
Okay, so going down the apartments. Quickly backing out of mids, and it's just RPK there, but he's already got the first one with the UMP. A nice follow-up. Oh my god, RPK with the UMP.
Oh, this weapon's great.
That's the round over then, isn't it?
That's the way it should be.
$1,200 gun. He gets $1,800 in return. Has $11,650 after that. Reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, he's played so well here to isolate the players who's trying to trade him. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the problem. Again, you know, we need to see OpTic being able to get that mid take so they can go for splits instead of just attacking from one direction. You know, that really allows RPK a lot of space there.
Also, if you're wondering why OpTic just suddenly decides to go B, it's because their player holding ramp died to that push from EnVyUs, and they lost all control and all information towards mid and the A side of the map. So at that point, you kind of feel forced to go B as fast as possible because, you know, you have no idea what's happening on the other side of the map. So the call in itself is not really bad. It's probably the highest percentage play you can go for. They just got wrecked by RPK.
That was a tough position from Sixer. It's a really bad angle for the CTs once the Ts are under the window to go close like that. It's 3 headshots.
You can definitely see that MV watched OpTic's demo yesterday as well. As soon as that smoke comes up in mid, I can't remember if it was Sixer or someone from MV straight up pushed catwalk and started watching on the pass. It gives you so much control with that smoke. I don't like that smoke up mid actually. It gives CT so much room to just play aggressive in mid. Even if you have one guy in or one guy out mid that's going to be trying to control window room, if the window room has an op there, you have no mid control.
I think that smoke is pretty important because if
in the beginning it's good.
Yeah, I mean,
if you actually do something with it.
You definitely need to follow up on the smoke. That smoke itself is not gonna get you mid control.
No, and that's what I was talking about yesterday. Like OpTic, they threw that smoke every round, and then they did nothing else with mid, right? And there were occasions with OpTic throwing that smoke as well, and then coming underpass, and Cloud9 was just ready for it, automatic every single time. Just push up cat and watch underpass. And there was never a fight for it. There were never not even an actual. A very small fake of putting that smoke up mid, and instead of going underpass, maybe you send one, you send the other 4 up mid, you have an easy kill on automatic there.
It's a delayed mid take this time from OpTic.
Oh, they're learning.
Oh, it's like the push timing comes in from Scream. They're looking to see what's going on by Pit, catches Naf, which might have suggested something to EnVyUs, but at the same time they also know they've lost Catwalk here. So, I mean, this is kind of cool. I mean, there's a position for them to do stuff with right now.
Happy misses the shot on Rush. He was holding the aggressive line in the B apartments with the AWP. So now it's going to be a bit tricky for them to defend since they've lost control of the apartments and they don't have anyone close to Cat.
Sixer's going to be slow as well. He's forced to hold the crawl space because they don't have anybody in window. And there's another headshot.
Yeah, Happy
RPK.
can't really afford to miss those shots. Maybe the B apartments one, but then he missed again. And just the Ts were able to gain too much ground and you have nowhere to hide basically since you lost control of Cat as well.
I mean, can't they try to go for exits here? I mean, that's so much money.
Yeah, you should
like
try and get a couple
OpTic are definitely going to run apartments or something that they know is safe, and EnVyUs have a lot of time to try to maybe take those exits.
That's a bad shoulder pick.
That works. But that's kind of weird to see that again, just because they're not in a position where they can lose players here. Like they can't really.
Yeah,
their money's so
they
bad.
should have all just retreated towards the same area, probably
Yeah.
B apps.
Yeah, by then they already know that Envy has a lot of money stacked up from before. They haven't really died that much either. It would be different if it's this round, for example. They ended up winning the last one. This round, for example, they actually have some more money they can buy. Round number 9, anyway. Then they can afford to actually go and chase a little bit, try and remove some economy and weapons from Envy.
That was really nice from OpTic though, like delayed mid take and it enables them to get a B split going. Like that's the kind of stuff actually we didn't really see so much yesterday. So maybe that's some small adjustment that they've picked up on to improve upon, and obviously the entry frags went their way pretty well.
Did Sixer make it to short? He jumped. I think he jumped through window to the short position. So Happy was holding the low ground for him. So some parkour going on there, but OpTic had just around the T spawn area again. Emerging into mid late. You can see Envy's changed their approach towards B now. RPK's just jump peeking for the time being.
I wonder if we'll see any AWPing on the CT side from Happy. That's what he used to do on this map when LDLC in those days. He would always AWP on the short position. But obviously we see Sixers doing that at the moment.
Yeah, Happy's looking for a T to jump up on the ledge and try and catch somebody off guards in mid. In CPL. But if you're there first in Happy's position, then it's almost a free headshot.
That was a nice molly in mid there to deter Sixer from being able to do anything.
He
from
actually
his
missed
position.
it. I think it was supposed to go into that ladder room, right? He ended up bouncing off of the wall.
We've got a late rotation here from OpTic. I don't think they had anybody lurking towards A either. 28 seconds on the clock. Naf flies in connector. Is that someone on Ninja or Firebox? I think Firebox XMS. And he's got a teammate in tow as well.
Oh,
Team
Oh,
kill.
well, what happened
Headshots,
there?
another one.
Still 2 players on the site though for the CTs. There's 10 seconds left. There's pretty much nowhere for them to plant the bomb. Because surely the CT guy, there we go. And that's the round for Envy.
Sure.
You do see some switches though from OpTic that round. Naf holding connector control is something they really didn't do yesterday versus Cloud9. So they have definitely like
Made adjustments.
made some adjustments, looked into it. Even the smoke in mid, when they do take the mid now, a lot more flashes coming in, trying to push off the cap person, and then you actually did see the smoking window once more. So I do like it. It's not really paying off right now, but the fact that they've at least tried to improve on the rounds that they had is a good sign.
You can also see how they're adjusting mid-game. They send Mixwell early towards ramp because they saw Envy really likes to push ramp, try to get a kill there. And Mixwell did have the angle, just couldn't hit his shot. It was a bit too narrow.
Bom, 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 bom.
Oh, he's dead. You're dead.
Ooh, no nades. They don't have any nades though, so he should be okay. His teammates coming to save the
He's
day.
gonna peek, of course.
Yeah. The A players can always flash over connector to help him escape as well. Oh, he's trying to gun away.
Sixer just seems too reckless in his play most of the time. Like unnecessary peeks, re-peeks, sometimes running for no reason, like giving away sound cues to his opponents. I'm not sure if that's him trying to like assert dominance or be ballsy and be that type of a like JW or a Pasha type of a player where it is a bit silly what he does as well, but you know, just makes you tilt even more because of it. Right now he's not at a level where he can really pull it off, to be honest. It's like 2 and 5.
Oh, Jason's
down,
now
Sam.
-1. He had 0 kills for, well, for the rest of the time. Now that team kills put him on minus.
He just got an assist though, so it's fine.
At
He
least
was -1, 0 and 7. That's rough.
Yeah. So Dan, you mentioned the happy AWP, and it is indeed here. But he's in apps again. He might be holding that. There's like a 1 or 2 pixel gap you can hold towards the underpass stairs. Oh no, he's a bit more forward. It's difficult and inconsistent, that gap. Sometimes it clips the wall. Sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, Happy's pretty good at these positions. Like, he's quite formulaic in
This
structures.
fake is gonna fall apart.
Oh dear. Very nice by
And it's a
RPK.
fake. Stay on A. Stay on A. It's a fake.
Just a 1 kill so far for OpTic.
They did this round yesterday versus Cloud9. First round, Cloud9 ended up falling for the fake completely. They didn't even see the bomb, just saw a bunch of smokes and stuff. Rushing up B, and then I think, yeah, they got the bomb down there. Granted, they lost the afterplant.
I think, to me, it's pretty apparent that Envy did their homework when it comes to OpTic. Even on Mirage, it seems. Because you can see how Envy is constantly aggressive with 2 players towards B or towards ramp. You do that when you clearly can see that your opponents run default where they only have 1 player max. That's why you kind of double team him in that sense, and it's a cool way for you to get an advantage early. It's very uncommon to have someone so aggressive that many rounds like in a row on the same spot. So I think that's just like the consequence of their research.
Here we go, through the smoke on the eco. Scream's got the range, but there's a lot of bullets coming his way. Goes down pretty much immediately. X-Mess, nice lineup, but it's hard to get his headshots behind those bricks sometimes. There we go, triple plant, and Mixwell makes his way to CT, so Envy could actually be in a position to lose the round, find himself a grenade as well. Close, take 9, but he can't get anything done. Jason, please.
I feel like for Envy, the game is at the stage where whoever dies to Jason buys a round of drinks.
Oh dear, -1 still. Yeah, well, OpTic. I wonder if what they'll go to, like if they'll keep it complicated. What are you going to say, James?
I was just going to... Well, I can let you talk. I didn't want to cut you off. So
you seemed very eager to say something,
Yeah.
James. I want to know what it is.
I'm always eager to say something, but I was going to say, Jason, you know, because he is new to professional, let's say top upper tier professional Counter-Strike, and also to in-game leading. If Envy have your number on what your usual stuff is, it's going to be even harder for him to change things on the fly. If you know, as an inexperienced leader.
Absolutely, it's a whole different ball game when you come to this level of CS to what you do like previously, because teams are just so much better at adapting, and nowadays everyone's going to look at your stuff as well. It's what um, I think SK talked about it a little bit yesterday about Phelps, that when he was in Mortals, I mean, quote unquote, no one really cared because they were never gonna like beat a tier 1 team in a best of 3, or very rarely was that gonna happen. But now when he's in SK, everyone's gonna study his game, everyone's gonna look closely to what he does and find ways to counter it. So you need to find a way to adjust to that stuff and be one step ahead.
There's the pixel gap you were talking about earlier.
But this is like, you see, this is how you don't want to play, in my opinion. For you see that they're pushing you, and then you're gonna be like, okay, they just keep pushing us. Let's just put an op there and wait for it. That way, you allow your opponents to be one step ahead of you, because you can see how Envy now switch things up. They're playing super passive, and OpTic is spending a lot of time and some of their utility as well, trying to hold off the push. You can see how 3 or 4 players are grouped towards that ramp area, pretty much. In case the double push comes in yet again. That's not really. It would be a bit silly from EnVyUs to do it yet again, especially after a timeout, because timeout works for both teams. The team that's winning as well may be like, okay, we should switch things up as well, because now they're talking about what we've been doing and trying to find a counter for that. Not another A smoke execute, please.
Envy don't seem to have any idea what's going on though.
Well, they have a retake set up on this site anyway, so they'll probably be fine here. We saw OpTic having a lot of trouble, even with like 5v3 advantages yesterday, holding on to this site, but they were consistently getting the bomb down. And this actually happened yesterday against Cloud9. Cloud9 actually managed to recover. So let's see if EnVyUs can do the same. Already 6 able to delay the plant from going down. Although he's very... What? Surely that spreads. Oh my god. How is he alive?
I don't understand.
Oh man, and then will he win the round now? That'll be the...
7 seconds.
Are they gonna... Have they started the plant?
Oh my god, I have to kill him, I have to kill him.
Oh my god, okay.
Jason gets the kill, Sixer buys the drinks.
Oh my god. I don't think that was needed by Envy. As soon as the bomb went down there, you had the Envy guy in connector. He kept on peeking. I mean, he was trying to just hold so it wouldn't rush spawn, right? But even the double peeks here from Scream and from XMS. When you play retake A, you at least want to make sure that you wait. Could have been a flash there from Happy from Catwalk, for example, all the way over the A side before you start peeking, before you run over, instead of just taking the fight without any help whatsoever.
I just would like to see more standard stuff from OpTic insofar as it's like cleaner mid takes, because especially if a team's reading you, if you make map control plays in the right way as a T side, and you give yourself the most options and the most possibilities to make frags in the early to mid round in the most safe way, without committing to anything.
I don't agree. I think if you're losing a lot of consecutive rounds on the T side, you should not go for the default, unless you're like a team like VP, for example, someone who's just extremely good at that style. I think it's very hard also psychologically if you keep losing rounds doing default, like you're getting picked off, this and that. Your players start losing confidence in just taking map control alone. I feel like that's where you need to have a good set execute, maybe a double fake, something that's like with very, very good use of utility. Your go-to round, right? On every map, you're supposed to have a go-to round, which can guarantee you a round win, but not like twice in the same half or something along those lines.
Envy with a 2-man push on ramp, but that's going to be a long rotation to the B bomb site where OpTic will eventually breach. Or Tarek's made his way really deep into short. He's got Dinks though, but RPK's on his own and he's got at least 3 people to kill. So far so good, hasn't taken too much damage. Can buy time for his team. 6 in the window now, but the bomb's going to go down and his teammates are very far away.
A real chance for OpTic finally. This should not be possible to retake, surely. I mean, XMS really is the guy that can to buy some space and create distraction hits, allow the other players out of the shop if they really are going to go for this. But they're going to go for it. No, looks like Screw's going to take the AWP and run away, or maybe not. What?
Oh, Jesus!
He did it again.
What? He's back. Oh my god, that's so bad.
That's hilarious.
That's rough.
He just got into positives.
Yeah.
He got a kill on B.
That's amazing.
Too trigger happy. And that's a jumping headshot as well, the last one, I think.
Yeah. But Yanka, on your point about like the go-to rounds, do you feel like OpTic have an imbalance, let's say, that they're using too many of their maybe go-to rounds and not enough of the standard stuff?
Maybe early on to an extent, but also when they tried to go for default, they were just losing players left and right in ramp or in B apps, and they were just forced to go into some executes that they probably weren't really comfortable with. And then they wanted to do a fake, and again, Envy was pushed up towards B app, so that fell apart completely. That's why you generally need to start with defaults. You need to start by pushing your opponent back and kind of forcing them into an awkward spot, and that way you can, force your will upon them then.
Roger that. Sounds good.
Ooh. Through his legs?
You see,
or?
this is very depressing. Simply, it's like Mixwell had the drop on him. He just misses his shot, dies. They lose all control towards B, and now they're pretty much gonna have to go A after who's this? Jason is probably gonna try and create some commotion on mid, and then they're going to go for a contact play. They're just gonna get destroyed here, most likely.
There should be a flash coming up here. Nope. Just gonna walk out.
I don't know why XMS is doing that, but okay, give them a way back into the round. Why not? You just got shot there, so there's obviously a gap in the smoke. Why are you going back?
Screams in
I have a
Palace.
5v4.
Screams in Palace, but he can't even really flank because he doesn't have the range if they rotate away. So he's kind of trapped here with the UMP. But he can always flank if they start to push. 44 seconds. And again, OpTic, they don't have any possession towards B now. But they seem, I guess they're going to go for a split. Bomb still on ramp.
I know why.
Happy's in the window though.
I know why Happy's playing so scared. They had no mid control. I mean, OpTic, and now he's just doing nothing.
Yeah. I was just thinking about
What
that as
is
well.
this spot? Okay, actually, he has a player in apps. You can play ticket as well. It's not bad. Thank you, Happy. You helped a lot. Jesus.
That is an interesting setup. 9 seconds. Oh, if he could stop the plant again, no. Oh,
Tapping
man.
long range for the UMP.
This is a great example of how, by being too scared and too passive, you just lost your team the round. I feel like Happy lost his team the round because he was too scared to do anything since they weren't sure what's going on in mid, and he just wasn't covering anything for his teammates. I mean, Sixer was left stranding in the side. Also, probably not the best spot to play from Sixer. You can just play ticket, and that way you will not get instantly traded, but
I think
you can also play ballsy and play from the default spot with the sniper.
I think Happy's position was only good for people trying to shoot somebody in the window as well, as opposed to just walking in the underpass. Like on the right hand side, he wouldn't see them. Now they have no money to have a proper buy. OpTic, well, it's the last round. Looking good for a 9-6. B has been abandoned by Envy.
Considering how I was looking in the beginning, 9-6 not too bad.
It's
They
amazing.
were on their way back to for a small comeback there versus Cloud9 yesterday on their CT side.
And they're going to win a round.
I mean, it was 9-2 for Envy, so OpTic did manage to win 3 rounds in a row. Now they're gonna fall to a pretty weak buy from EnVyUs. But yeah, you can still see those like small fundamental mistakes. I mean, small yet fundamental mistakes.
Yeah.
One thing we didn't touch upon as well from OpTic
Are
yesterday.
your socks?
Huh? Oh yeah, I have new socks.
Oh,
on.
you said Wolverine. You were right.
You were right.
I think it was Dan.
No, it wasn't me.
Oh, Alex
I think
maybe.
it was Alex. I didn't make a guess.
One thing I don't think we necessarily talked about. We were talking about Jason R being, his first time in game leading and stuff versus professional teams. Keep in mind as well that they have a new coach, Haste from former CLG.
But he's trying out coaching as well, right?
Exactly, yeah. So he's also new, obviously. I was talking to him yesterday, and he was saying I would obviously still prefer to play, but I want to try it out and see how I like it. And I think I think it does get very frustrating, especially if you notice like the same tendencies and stuff where you yourself feel like that shouldn't have happened. I should be playing now. I shouldn't be sitting behind you watching you fuck up every single round. But it's all good. It's all good. Still getting paid.
All about that money.
All about that money. But keep in mind as well, we are using Valve rules, so they are not. Yeah, James is sitting on the floor.
Hi.
Where he
I'm comfortable down here.
where he grew
belongs.
up, he didn't have couches and stuff, so he much prefers to just sit on the floor.
No, he had pools.
Pools? I don't get it.
I don't know, like you're posh or something.
He had pools. I
Did he
didn't know
really?
pools.
Well, until he was abandoned in one.
Wow. Okay.
Damn.
What, birthing pool? All right.
Jesus
You'll
Christ.
be fine there. Okay. So pistols crucial, obviously. Yeah. I do wonder if you know, if OpTic have studied, if EnVy have studied OpTic and they're ruining their go-to strategies, be it default or otherwise, then that's going to put additional pressure on Jason.
I think you could
And then he's going
definitely.
to start team killing his mates.
Yeah. No, you could have definitely. You definitely saw the first. What, 8-9 rounds? You can definitely see that EnVy watched the demo yesterday. Like Janko was saying, a lot of pushes together, just taking control of like A ramp, trying to get the pick, pushing in B. We didn't see a single mid push, I think, which is quite surprising considering how OpTic played yesterday in mid. And you also saw the change that OpTic made in just their mid takes. We saw there as well. They actually did some A splits. They had people in mid from time to time. There were a few rounds I think that they could have still stuck one guy there. They don't seem to have like a solid lurker on their team, which I think hurts them. You don't have to follow them or you don't have to lurk every single round, but the fact that it's like if you drop someone off, right, and the fact that you are hitting the bomb sites.
Yeah, they had a couple. They definitely had a few spots for it, and they chose to just not leave anybody, which is I'd noticed that as well. It's quite interesting, but there's definitely like a pretty strong wave for them back into this one. Obviously, if they do get that good start, because I mean, as we can see, EnVyUs are going to be they will make some mistakes here. There will be mistakes made, but that can be capitalized upon by OpTic. So we'll just have to see what style EnVyUs actually want to go with. I haven't seen EnVyUs's T side Mirage in a little while, so for me, it's going to be a bit of a learning process as to like what kind of strategies they'll like to choose. But straight into an A split, it seems, from EnVyUs. Ooh, nice by Naf. I have to say, I love T rounds, which can guarantee with utility a bomb plant at the very least. So that you can always just keep that pressure on the third round if you want to, or even the second round if you have that play in the bag to use.
I know. I'm hoping OpTic win this pistol because I want to see EnVy's T sides. I'll explain why in a second. Okay, because we saw it yesterday, and for the most part, we saw short pushes, like smokes on shorts, and they were kind of going for B splits, but there's not a whole lot more that we saw than that. And there weren't really any slow rounds with middle presence from EnVy, so I want to see what if they've been studying. Obviously, they've been looking at their own issues as well, so I want to see how that will differ on this T half. So that's a good start from OpTic. They
like
have
this.
opportunity. They should have a better time on the CT side, I would say. OpTic.
Screamer's a deagle. They're gonna play past the deagle on mid or something. That'd be fun.
We have Heather and Mr. Kuntz here today as well. We should mention.
In Prius.
What's his last name?
Cunt.
He's got a German last name, so it's Kuntz. Unless you're Janko, then
I'm sorry, my Inglando is not tier 1.
It's alright.
What do I know about pronunciation?
an innocent mistake, Janko.
Spelled with
I'm
a K.
sure.
But yeah, they arrived today or early or late last night.
Isn't it one of the things that's still enjoyable in this game is the scout,
Is it though?
the running speed. The running
I
speed
don't
of
know.
the scout.
I mean, now it's less powerful than before when you can just jump everywhere and it's just a mess. The scout era of everyone just playing scouts.
That was horrible.
It was really bad. And now we're back. We moved on to the UMP era.
Yeah, the scout's one of my favorite weapons of all time in Counter-Strike. But that made me hate myself. The jumping accuracy. Anyway, we've got EnVy with the AKs now. Galil, the UMP, reasonable amount of grenades. So again, we've got the 2 smokes on shorts. This is the same as we saw yesterday. Is it going to work out though? I think the second smoke is a bit short because it should be covering this position, and that's going to cause a third one to be dropped. And so is the bomb. and pretty much the entire team.
Yeah, not having anything for connector there is kind of
Yeah.
worrying, to be honest.
No, and it also left window room completely open. I think they might have mollied actually. That's what did yesterday, right?
Yeah, they
Put a
had
molly in
Molotovs
window.
in there yesterday. But yeah, that second smoke was quite short.
Interesting to see them go for the exact same strat as they did in the first 2 gun rounds yesterday against SK.
Yeah, the question is what more they have than that. That was like a fighting game combo with the grenade. Some Relento business. Well then, early issues for EnVy, and indeed the T side was quite problematic for them yesterday. So we'll see if there's been any growth there when they come back on the bite. But for now, some pistols. No grenades. So they're probably focusing on trying to do damage to the CT economy rather than planting the bomb. Although with one may come the other. Standard 2-1-2 setup from OpTic, but we've got Tarek on the push here. XMS is going to get the one tap. Nice. From his perspective, his crossover is near the floor, so I was wondering what would happen, but there we go. Now we've got more pushes from OpTic. EnVy had some chances to isolate. XMS is still with the M4, but he's only got 12 HP. Rush is being very careful. This is a blind spot XMS is in as well, which is partly why he's facing the wall. He's going to lose the rifle.
This is when the push should come in. Yeah.
Yeah, so he sold the fake for his team. Can they get the bomb down? Doing more damage. So the angles are all covered by the CT, so there goes the bomb as well. This is huge damage now. A job well done by EnVy, regardless of the bomb block.
Yeah, that's actually not bad. That's not too bad at all. I mean, it all started with Tarek's push into B apartments or B tunnel.
For some reason, he thought that was
Yeah,
a good
I don't
idea.
know. I don't know why. Especially if you consider the economy and stuff, you kind of would have guessed that EnVy was on a save. So no need to push there.
He's probably not getting 1Ds most of the time though.
Sure, but
Yeah,
it's worth
but
the
why
gamble.
risk it? Why even take that risk?
One thing here that I want to see, I mean, we have double ops now for OpTic, so they have this change of setup. But one thing I just want to see from EnVy is just like by just taking mid away from OpTic, I want to see what OpTic's reaction is. Like, are they a team that will try to retake it, or are they a team that will go very passive, or will they a team that will be, you know, will they start pushing apps? You know, like, what are their tendencies from like a rotation perspective?
Woo! That was an op in B apps, and he's gone.
Because
He did.
I'm worried that EnVyUs will just try to play too much of like a picky style, just try to like use their players' skill as opposed to like using positioning and map control to force your opponent to do stuff instead, and then play off of that.
That
But
flight gets out just in time. And I think if you had a guy in B apps now, you've got to pick. If you dropped a smoke on short from B apartments, it would make life easier taking the middle area, and OpTic wouldn't really know what was going on.
This is awesome right now from EnVyUs. Like going back in for that mid take, and they're gonna go all through connector, and they've got the man on pit. I don't know if he's made any noise at this point, or if it's been silent the entire time, but this should be pretty strong.
There we go. Still the CT player to deal with. I don't know that they have any smokes down. They've got no smokes at all.
They have
actually.
one on Happy. It's falling down now.
Okay, there we go. But the bomb still can't get planted.
It's a bad smoke as well.
And
Why
it's
is this
still
a
fight
gap
time
on
for
the
his
left
team. Oh, that should have been another one. What is happening, guys? The bomb, look how close it is.
Yeah,
It just
and
keeps
we
falling.
lost.
11 seconds.
Yeah, Sixer is still waiting for something, so trying to plant the bomb.
That sucks.
3v5, 3v0.
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of like the way that they played after the pick, just because it's quite common for the CT side, if they lose that man, that they'll have mid more open. So, you know, they abuse that by just having a free passage for underpass to connector.
So you just came through connector into the A bomb site, and you kill 2 players, and for some reason you decide to plant for CT.
Especially
Why?
knowing as well when he killed the initial one, so you know that Mix
Why?
was there. And you
Why
still
don't
have the
you
smoke.
just plant for connector and have 2 players stand in front of you and peek aggressively towards cat if the CT decides to peek you? That way you get the certain trade and you don't have to worry about the AWP player that is still in CT spawn. How about that?
How about that? Catch me outside.
Logic.
Cash me on Mirage. How about that?
Did you hear
CLG isn't here, but EnVyUs is doing their best impression of countering logic.
I see what you did there. Right then. See if Envy can have a better time of things. Yeah, I think there was a B fake to be sold there. Even with just the smoke. To isolate one player and force him to react.
I think they made the jump across. I think Mixwell made the jump across the mid with the AWP. Are they going aggro on mids?
Yeah,
Looks like they finally are getting some aggression there. That's cool to see. But EnVyUs have shown like a couple of times that they have a tendency that they might do those delayed mid takes around like the 1:15 on the clock. This is a bit faster from them. This is nice. They flooded into mid. OpTic have pretty much given it up. And sitting into connector now. So they have so many options, especially with the player in Palace.
It looks like the same strat, right? Yeah, it's the same strat.
OpTic are playing super deep on B as well. In fact, Tarek's rotating through CT, it seems. So you've got nobody in the short position. Bombs down again, though. And now, again, OpTic are going to buy time for themselves. With
Mixwell versus EnVyUs, round 2. Oh, look, they're planting for connector. Nice. The bomb has been planted. The round will be won. That's it. Robin is dying.
I'm really happy that they ran the same round again.
I choked them on spit.
And just just realized that we just had to do this.
Instead of that,
Yeah.
over here. Look at this. Look at that.
Oh.
2v2. Oh
Tarek
god.
is
It's a good
standing on
plan.
the bomb.
Surely not.
Oh no.
Oh, he's gonna do it.
Oh no. Oh please.
Did they realise it's being diffused? Oh man. These rounds are rough, yo.
Oh my days.
Well,
These rounds are trade
never mind me.
It's okay. Yeah.
I mean,
I
what do you
bet
say about that one?
EnVyUs is fantastic.
Happy with
Do
like
they
a
really
power-
have
I
2
would've used
smokes
it. Yeah,
left?
I
How do
would've-
they have 2 smokes left?
I would have used the timeout there right after that round. I mean, you had all control. You actually had the man advantage as well, getting the bomb down in a good spot. You had one guy on cat that ended up dropping connector, which I'm not sure of. You would have been a little bit safer up on cat. I just think, especially when the smoke ended up coming down.
Question is, will they try to do the same round, because that round has put them in a very amazing position to win the round. They just have fluffed it both times.
Oh, I don't think Sixers saw the player in connector, but they're forced to rotate anyway.
It's a good pick.
Third round in a row, they get an early pick.
No lurker and B-ups on this occasion. Now Happy can make his way into connector. So almost 3 on B, but the slow pace from Envy is causing Nafly to rotate back towards CPL. And Happy can get to work here on the lurk. Good trade.
Sold to the highest bidder.
Still 2 CTs here, make it 3. Oh, nice from RPK, there he is.
Oh wow. That's what he does. RPK. That was a lovely trio.
Yeah, very
frags.
nice and slow round.
Nice save. I mean, OpTic read that situation pretty well. I mean, they're like positionally, they had a great spot to win that round there. Obviously, RPK just exploded right at the end, but I think OpTic played that pretty good. Reading EnVyUs' movements. This is such a weird game, by the way. Like, it's such a weird game.
Jason's turning up on the CT side, which is good. So he's catching up with his teammates pretty quickly. 11 kills at the moment, bearing in mind he was minus. 2 team kills for him, so he's doing good now.
Did you say it was 3 rounds in a row that they had the early pick? Was it 3 times in a row?
Mm-hmm.
That is actually kind of insane.
Them French AKs, man.
Like that, they should have obviously been able to convert much better on that. I wonder if that's going to end up being a problem here, because how often are OpTic going to give up those early frags? Was it just being fortuitous and EnVyUs' part, or was OpTic making mistakes? You know, I have to see if it happens again here. I mean, it's uncharacteristic of not to see Mixwell getting more done with his AWP actually.
Right then, Envy going for a fast play into A after the timeout. Nafly though, is doing work for his team, and they've got 3 players all over the A bomb site, so it's proving really difficult for Envy to get anything done here. Just the eventual trade onto Naf. Again, CT's looking over the smoke, and Sixers completely unprepared for it. Jason coming in big at the end of that round, only losing 1 player as well.
Surely
Money's
that's
not
it.
spectacular, so that's really good.
Yeah, that's really bad. I mean, if the only thing you can come up with in a timeout is rush A, then we have an issue. I mean, I like the rounds that Envy's been doing in the A split first.
Yeah.
Both
yeah.
of the rounds they should have won,
Yeah.
or at least got the bomb down on the first round, and the second one I definitely feel they should have won. I would love for them to go back to that B split they had as well that they messed up the first weapon round. The only change there is obviously correct the smoke a little bit, get it right.
Okay, round 2, this time with just the pistols. Can they get the bomb down? No smoke in the middle of the site. And not going to get any damage done in this round. A brief one, a fast one. OpTic looking good for game 1.
And I think it's like the most tilting thing ever for EnVyUs, just because like whenever you're in that spot where you've done everything right, you put yourself in that position where it's like we've done all the hard stuff now, we could just win the rounds, and you repeatedly lose those kinds of rounds. There is not very much that's more tilting than that, I think, in a team. So it's curious now for me to see if they can hang on or regain their composure here. So what do we have? And also with OpTic, I guess for them that they don't really see any need to be aggressive at all. With EnVyUs, making some of these mistakes later into some of the rounds, that means that they themselves have to take less risks, because Envy will present them with opportunities.
Late mid take from Envy. I think one of their players was on the trash can in T-spawn, just waiting for a certain timing to get that down.
Nice shot.
Jumping attempt from Scream won't be good enough to get past the angle. They had a player behind the box as well, but they are limited on utility and people now because they're getting cut down 1 by 1.
This was supposed to be the same round, a little bit slower of the A split. The A guy actually that ran up, the time was completely off.
Yeah, so they look pretty good to go here. Do OpTic just holding positions now. The bomb obviously doesn't really have a clean path to that A bomb site. Although again, Mixwell missing an uncharacteristic shot. Maybe there's an opportunity, but no. So 15-11, OpTic about to close this one out. And I didn't really expect it to go like this, to be honest, with especially with the start that EnVyUs got. But they just seem to fall apart for some reason as T-half.
Yeah, I mean, really nothing going on their T-half whatsoever.
Like you said, they have some good rounds. Like
Yeah.
I expected this.
Do you think it's better than yesterday? Their T side?
No, I mean,
I think we saw slightly more today.
yeah,
But, I mean, neither was great by any means.
I mean, like Fallen said, right? They don't really play Mirage. Oh, they missed the smoke again, unless they decide to pick one. No,
Yeah. And there's the bomb. Happy. There's no idea.
fish in a
that
barrel.
smoke came longer yesterday, right? It was definitely
Yeah.
further in.
I think the problem is that that smoke is supposed to be somewhere in the middle so that the connector guy cannot peek like over his smoke or something and kill you there. And it also they're supposed to throw a molly in window so they don't really need to worry about that last angle. But just seems to be that there's like too many gaps in even that one execute and in general in their T-side play.
Yeah, I think if there's Mirage in a series for Envy right now, then they're playing for 3 maps. I think it's fair to say they're not going to be too concerned. I think their own expectations will come in the next match.
So what do we have next? Was it Train?
Train, yeah.
Train, okay. Right. So how do you expect this to go then for Envy? I mean, OpTic, they used to be, with Sanasaur, they're amazing on Train. They still have some of the same, components that made them great on Train, like Mixwell. So is this a 2-0 for OpTic?
I don't think it's impossible. I expect EnVyUs to be more practiced on their T side than what we saw on Mirage. But that being said, it's just innately more difficult to play T side on Train than it is on Mirage. I don't know. I feel that it's gonna come down to, they had a couple of rounds even on Mirage where they had the advantage and they just threw it away. It doesn't really matter how practiced you are or how many executes you have if you're going to make fundamental mistakes which are going to lose you the round. So seeing how OpTic really made less fundamental mistakes, I'm gonna go with OpTic 2-0.
Ooh. I think where Envy are at the moment with this team, I think we have to look at only the maps they pick. I mean, if Mirage is going to be, if they play any more matches in this tournament, it makes sense for their opponents to just pick Mirage from what we've seen. So I'm going to put that to one side and kind of ignore that. I don't think we can read too much into that performance, into what we can expect from them on what they're going to pick.
Yep.
So I would expect them to be more coordinated, but I think I think OpTic are going to have an easier time with things on Train as well. Again, fitting in Jason around the 4, they can say, okay, so this is what worked with us when we had Stanislaw, and use that as a basic structure. I don't think they should struggle too much in their own game, but again, it's just hard to favour Envy at this stage in their life with this team.
It's too unpredictable, isn't it? Well, how do you feel about it, Robin?
I mean, comparing it to yesterday when they were playing, I actually think that they played Cash pretty well. It's just you're up against a very strong SK. You seem to have gotten this groove back a little bit. I think what James was saying as well, I mean, both of these two games now they played on Mirage wasn't really looking that great overall. They got completely torn apart by SK yesterday on Mirage as well. So I could actually see this going to 3 maps. I think Envy's going to take this one. We have a special video.
A special video. It's
Ooh,
special
this
video.
is exciting.
So
I want to see this.
All right, then let's go.
Save us.
If it stands on, it's a point. Yeah. So
That was
That's
really
amazing.
good. Yeah. I didn't expect Scream to come in actually.
No?
No, I don't know why. I was like, this is horrible.
I
And
was
on top, that's Happy Junior.
I like
his brother.
I like how he, on top of the hill, he threw a blue one. They even
Yeah,
changed
I
color
saw that.
before it
I saw
landed.
that. That was great.
That's
I liked
serious
it.
stuff. Yeah,
That's a cool video,
Also
and we're gonna
had
have
the
more of
grenade
those.
trajectory.
I think we're gonna have more of those videos.
So Robin, what do Americans call this game? Because we don't really have this in.
Oh, we said yesterday. Oh yeah, that's right. Cornhole.
It's called
Cornhole.
cornhole.
And I don't know. The first time I heard it, I was like,
Don't look at me. What's
Dan is so
That sounds very
he's so
familiar.
amused by this. He's
It's
like,
just what
James,
name
and
for
it's
it.
called cornhole, James.
Such a
James.
weird name.
It's called cornhole.
cornhole?
so if
I don't
you
understand. Does it derive from people throwing corn in a hole?
I don't know. If you remove Google Safe Search and you search for cornhole, see what you get. But it's a weird name. Let me tell you.
That's why Dan is laughing. He probably did that search.
Yeah.
It's probably his homepage.
So for us to actually wake up a little bit, we're gonna do some jumping jacks now and stuff. We're gonna cut to a short break. Real quick.
Jumping jacks.
I don't know. I'm gonna do something at least. Try and wake up a little bit. Get some energy going.
All right, let's
No.
do it.
No.
Let's get the energy
I
ready
think
for train.
I think we
Envious
all need
OpTic.
energy. Oh.